It's moving. It's Young People Nation.
Welcome to Young People Nation. Listen to us weekly as we commit to bring transparency, healing, and truth to the everyday situations in life that might bring you down. Join us for your weekly dose of inspiration. Thank you for listening to Young People Nation. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode. And now, here's your host, Eugene and Donna Perry.
Let's go. Christ is the foundation. Know his word gon' lead us. Know I'm already going. Taking steps I believe in. Giving guidance to the youth. Giving guidance to the lost. Giving the world to the project.
All right, 2026. Thank you, God, for another year. Thank you for another, I hear some people say year around the sun. You know, they use that for their birthdays.
Oh, do they?
Uh-huh. However, I'm grateful to God. I'm grateful to our family, our community, our supporters. Thank you all so much, listeners, subscribers, those who shared, those that this podcast has been able to help. Very grateful that God chose us to be a steward over this platform. And so we talked about in our prior session about, here we go, we're in 2026. Our podcast is definitely about mental health, creating healthy conversations and marriage. We've had quite a bit about marriage, single parenting, all forms of conversations. One thing I say that we are starting to see a lot of is the importance of building healthy relationships with your children. In this session, we thought about talking about building realistic intentions for 2026 and goal setting without pressure with your children. Mm-hmm. Now, our daughters, of course, they're grown at this point. We're advisors if they allow us in. And but in any instance, for our audience, what would you suggest for parents in setting realistic goals with their children?
Well, first of all, the first mistake that most parents make is don't live your life through your kids. Mm-hmm. That's because you didn't make All-American on the basketball or football team. Mm-hmm. Don't push your child to take your place.
That's wisdom. Yes.
It would save you so much time. It would save you so much hurt. Mm-hmm. Because your expectation of your mental and physical ability is not your child. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Either your child can be bigger, faster than you, mm-hmm. or they're going to be a step down from what you were. Mm-hmm. And many famous people get so disappointed in life that their child can't live up to what they accomplished. Mm-hmm. And you have such high expectations. Because many children are so smart. They can invent things and move bigger and farther than you ever have. Mm-hmm. But the goal setting, set it on the limitation of the individual.
Okay. We both were athletes in our younger years. However, and both our daughters, they, tried at it. One thing with us, to your point, we didn't live. I did not expect Nina to be the basketball player that I was. Right. Or Amber to be she did discus and shot put like I did discus and shot put, but I didn't look for me out of her. She actually was better because she went to the state. Mm. And so at the end of the day, living, that is so dangerous because you're putting a pressure on the child that child's like, I don't even want to do that.
Yeah,
that's not even what I want to do. One man of God that we listened to in the morning, and he shared how he was thinking his son was going to be in the military like him. Mm-hmm. However, his son is an amazing chef.
Oh, yes.
And he said God dealt with him about that. Like, hey, I am not telling him to do what you're doing. Mm-hmm. And his son is an amazing
Yes,
chef.
he is.
And
I think one of the greatest examples of that is most pastors want their kids to take their place in the pulpit. And there's been so many examples of kids failing at that because they could not live up to the expectation. I think one of the greatest things in the Bible is Eli. Eli was a great man of God, and his sons tried to follow him on the religious path, and they just made a mess. They just made a mess
because they weren't called to that.
You're right.
And so that right there, setting realistic goals. Or helping, let's say this, because your children, I want to say we sat down with our daughters when they was like in the 8th, 9th grade. Hey, do you have an idea of what you want to do?
Right.
You know, and so we asked them.
And 98% of them don't have no expectation at all.
And you know what? And they'll change. They'll go to college and change. I did it. So they'll go to college and change because I was not... banking was not on my radar. It was nursing.
I was on your radar.
Oh Lord.
Yes.
Anyway,
okay. All right.
Nursing was on my radar.
Yeah, you can nurse me. We good.
Perry.
Hey.
However, y'all see.
I just keeping it real.
Okay.
Okay. And that were my expectations.
Of what?
Oh. Life.
We're talking about the children.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, so
take me back down. All right.
So, setting realistic goals with, I'm gonna say with not for, with your children, and if they say they want to, I've heard Nina say this about Peyton. If Peyton wants to put drums together, if he said that's what he wants to do, she's like, I'm going to be in there with him because this is what he wants to do. So that is very good what you stated. The two things, the takeaways outside of that was your goal, that you were my goal, but that don't live your life through your children.
Yes.
And don't set them up because God called you to pastor or evangelist or apostle, whatever in the fivefold that God called you to does not mean that that's for your children.
Yes, I always think about getting directions on a path going to your main goal or your main destination. Life may have you to take a couple of turns or misdirections and even get lost before you find out who you are and where you're supposed to be.
Yes. And
therefore, on that path that you follow, you were able to mature and come to be the person that you are. Now, if you took that shortcut and did it, you would just made a mess. Your path that God chose for you to follow is there for a reason. You were supposed to have that failure. You were supposed to have that success. You were supposed to have that incident so that you can be shaped and molded for the better. Yes,
that's good right there. That's good because we were just talking this morning about how sometimes we're taught that if we pray, that God is going to answer just what you prayed for. And I said that we forget in John where it talks about that he answers us according to his will. So God has an absolute plan for everybody. It's for us to discover what that plan is and follow those steps.
Yeah, I remember. That's like I get this bump on my head from one experience, and you look right behind here, behind here on my shoulder, right there is a mark where I got kicked to the curb.
Oh gosh,
yeah, that's right. Had to go through all of that just to reach you.
Oh,
dear.
He is so funny, but I love him so much, and I'm grateful.
That's right. She got papers on me.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Now, with our children, one thing we, having like Hannah, her friend Aaliyah, some other young people we've had on the podcast, the comparison. You have to teach your children, and you make sure you're not comparing your child to another person out there. That's dangerous. That comparison, and and adults, sometimes we can get caught up in social media ourselves. And you're like, why can't my son or my daughter do this right here? They out there doing this. Why can't? And that child will get burnt out trying to measure up to what your expectation is when they're not even grace for what you're talking about.
Right.
And then that's where you bring in depression, oppression, suicide.
Yeah.
So parents, please be careful. Do not be comparing. Don't compare your child to someone else out there. You don't know that person's story.
But you have to look at the makeup of your child too. Your child might not be 6'4", 300 pounds and all like that. He might be of decent size, 5'9", 100 pounds. And you want him to be the center on the team.
He's not built for it.
Yeah, he's not built for it. It's physically unable to do that, and you have to be satisfied with that.
Yes.
Because that young man or young woman, even though they're not of tremendous size, they may invent the next cure to cancer.
There you go.
Yep.
And that's their purpose, right?
That's their purpose.
Right. Wow. And so I discovered with our daughters, I knew Nina was extremely creative. You understand? It's like she could put a belt and a pen together and you don't see what that looks like?
Yeah.
And so her level of creativity is very broad, and even how she cooks.
Yeah. And make perfume and all that.
Yes. Yeah. And she told me recently that she's been able to melt leftover candles into one.
Yeah.
And make a scent and get the wick thing to put in there.
Yeah.
That's a new candle.
Yep.
How many candles have I thrown out?
A lot.
And then our daughter Amber, technology-wise, you remember when we had the electric, the hybrid Jeep, and it ran off electric and gas, and she didn't have a book or nothing, and we couldn't get it to go. She just went up there and looked, and so very, very gifted in technology.
I was still been sitting on the side of the road. Yes, sir.
And so that's to me, that's unpacking what your child is gifted with. Wow. We have to teach our children. Life is progressive. It's a marathon, not a race. And so we can't be like, well, hurry up and get this done and do that. I like what you said about failures. There's going to be failures. There's going to be mishaps. There's going to be a lot of things in between of discovering perhaps what that child is supposed to do.
But also in failure, you might learn to make something else. It's so many things that have been invented by people failing, but then they turn around, we're able to create great inventions that we take for granted today.
And you know what? Our children are watching us. And so are we being an example of discovering what our purpose is? We're trying to push them, but we're not doing what we're supposed to do. That's a topic of discussion as well. Be the example. Don't be the person that's necessarily you're constantly pushing them, but you're not even doing what you're supposed to do.
Well, your first act should be to condemn social media.
Why?
Because a social media can be your greatest asset, or it can be your biggest failure.
So how about balancing it?
Well, you can do that too if you think of it. But the thing is about it is it's so competitive and it's so a strong part of life that it consumes you. It consumes you to the point where you lose yourself.
So, like I love the couple, the Dowdies, how they let their children have social media, or they let them have their phones and pads when they were younger at a certain amount of time, and after that they had to bring that downstairs and put everything up.
Well, see, that's what I mean.
Okay.
Right there, they had limitation on social media, but you never lost contact with the real world on what you needed to do.
Reading.
Because on social media, another person's opinion should not run your whole life.
Shout out to Tiffany Hodge, who always gives books that we still need to read books.
Yeah.
She always has a new publishing once a month, twice a month, because she's a reader. And so we do need to encourage our young people to read books.
And I'm still trying to finish the first book. You know, I just want to say I haven't forgotten. I'm still reading. You know, some people read a little slower than others. Okay.
And so we're about to wrap up as well. You know, also what we've learned, what we learned through our journey of being parents, is building healthy school study and social downtime. Now, for you, you were the homework parent. You knew how to do it. Listen, I didn't have it. You know, I had my team at work laughing when you was going to Korea and I need to draw a bear.
Oh, no.
It looked like a cat. Amber talking about, it's a cat. They're going to laugh at me. Oh, God, so your dad is in Korea. I'm doing the best I can. However, we balanced each other in that, because I used to be like, hey, honey, you know, it's a prom. It's an event they want to go to, and you'll be like, sometimes, you know, especially when there was a goal of being an athlete, and this is what they said they wanted to do. So your thing is, I'm gonna help you get and be the best that you want to be. And so, but we brought a balance to one another, because you were correct. You've got to get out there and grind with this thing that you're talking about you want to do daily. Because it's what you're saying you want to do.
It has to be more important than eating and sleeping.
And so, however, they do need that balance of downtime, relaxation in atmospheres that's relaxing for them, that they can have fun. That's called healthy balances.
Well, also in that, their reality kick in, is it practical in what you're doing?
Okay.
The reality of the whole situation. Whether you need to just stop what you're doing and reinvent yourself.
Okay.
Or what goal you hope to accomplish on your way to paradise or on your way to the next level.
So, and we've got about to close. So with parents, it is important. I'll tell you, don't tell them unless it's just something way out there that they talking about they want to do. Like you're talking about you want to be in a triathlon, a triathlete, and you can't even run down the street, you know. And even in that, okay, you got to, I'm not going to say you can't, but what must you do to get to where you're saying you want to go? Because this is you as the young person saying you want to do this. So are you ready to put in the work of what it's going to take to accomplish what you're saying? I didn't say it. I'm not saying that I want to be a guitar player, and I'm grateful. Our daughters have played all types of instruments and played all sports.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And so one was a cheerleader. Amber tried on her cheerleading outfit the other day, and she can still wear it.
Oh,
how about that? But at the end of the day, like you said, they had to go through trials, tribulations. They had to go through some things. But we were there with them at practice, picking them up for practice. We supported them in what they were saying. You would come to the game in your uniform. You was a very present father, even though you were active duty. And so you would come and show up, and then you say, I got to go right back. Okay. But your presence meant a lot.
Yeah.
So, you know, parents, make sure that you, with your child, are setting for 2026, mental, physical, spiritual goals for that young person.
Yeah, you got to remember that you're in it together.
That's exactly right.
When they're at practice, you at practice too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we never know who's listening. And again, there's a 988 hotline. There's a text 741-741. That's free 24/7 service. There's the NAMI. That's the National Alliance on Mental Illness. You can go to their website and click on the state that you live in, and you'll be able to speak with a representative to get the help you need. There is the Veterans and the National Suicide Prevention Line. That number is 1-800-273-8255. And please, if nothing else, never suffer in silence. Call 911. Mr. Perry.
You have to remember in life, mental health is like a marriage. You can make it because you're never alone. This has been Young People Nation, and remember, there's always hope.
Christ is the foundation. Know his word gon' lead us. Know I'm already going. Taking steps I believe in. Giving guidance to the youth. Giving guidance to the lost. Give the world to the project. Lead them back to the cross. He the number one prospect. He the top boss. I was broke, I was empty. He the one that paid the cost. Really thought that I was cool. There was nothing like the Savior. Now it's time for the truth. The whole world been waiting. It's Young People Nation. 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 The whole world been waiting. Whatever you going through, I know what he gonna do. Don't matter the circumstance, we going back to the root. Keep going, keep going. Let that seed keep growing. You need peace and we know it. Now it's time to live holy. Young People Nation. You know what time it is. Young People Nation. Get ready, the time is here. Get ready, we vibing here. We about to let God in here. Young People Nation. It's Young People Nation. Yeah, do it for the heavens, you know where we going. Influenced by his love, you know we gotta show it. It's time to put the youth onto what God is doing. Cause I can tell you now, right now, that God is moving. It's Young People Nation.